In LA this week,
city leaders declare LA's homelessness epidemic an emergency. They're setting aside $100 million to tackle the problem head on. I'm Gehry in Skid Row with the story.
A close-up look at LA's latest fine arts museum. I'm Anna Margos, and welcome to the Broad Museum, where admission is free.
I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, an additional honor from the city for Emmy-nominated productions.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. Our top story, local leaders declare a state of emergency on LA's homelessness epidemic. As Gehry reports, they plan to set aside $100 million for both long-term and short-term solutions.
For Judy Coleman, life on the streets seems to last an eternity.
They do have resources down here to help homeless, but the waiting lists down here are so long.
Coleman, a hopeful recipient of the Coordinated Entry System program, says it will take at least a year before she's placed into supportive housing. So for now, she'll have to spend most of her nights sleeping on the sidewalk.
But today we're going to tackle it head on. We're going to transform lives along the way.
With city council members by his side, Mayor Eric Garcetti announces plans to spend $100 million to battle the problem. Declaring a state of emergency on homelessness, local leaders plan to pressure state and federal resources for funding, while the city's homelessness committee, co-chaired by Councilman Jose Huizar, will consider ways to spend the money. Huizar says retrofitting downtown's abandoned buildings into permanent supportive housing is one option.
Whether it's warehouses, city property, whatever's available, and there's a way to legally do it and more efficiently do it, we're going to look at it.
Homeless advocates we spoke to say they would like to sit in and be included in the city's homelessness committee meetings to help determine exactly how that $100 million will be spent.
Who is going to police the service providers that will receive the grant funding to ascertain or make certain that the money is actually going to go to providing services for the homeless?
While others hope LA's skyrocketing rents and ways to control those rents will be discussed.
And now we're talking about raising rents more through a seismic retrofit pass-through program. There's just a lot of concerns around keeping people in homes right now.
Housing is the main thing down here. People are waiting and being put off.
While local leaders work on funding and solutions, Coleman and others will have to be patient. On Skid Row, Gehry for LA This Week.
Mayor Garcetti wants to immediately set aside $13 million in emergency subsidies to open winter shelters earlier than usual and to fund more short-term housing before expected El Nino rains arrive. Well, LA's art scene has a new kid on the block, and it promises to make LA a shining star in the contemporary art world. Anna Marcos takes us on a tour of the new Broad Museum.
Never mind that this museum will now house close to 2,000 contemporary art pieces. The building, located next to Walt Disney Concert Hall, is a work of art in itself.
The experience would be cinematic. You enter from the luminous light of LA into a subdued and sculptural lobby. Under the hovering presence of the vault, you shoot up the vault via an escalator.
This is the new Broad Museum, opened by LA philanthropist Eli Broad and his wife Edie. Many of the art pieces come from the couple's own private collection.
Contemporary art is the art of our time. It reflects an important social, political, and cultural commentary on the world in which we live.
Hundreds of people have come out to this sneak preview of the new collection.
What's so exciting about this painting is because it feels like you could walk into it.
What is this? Like a story from out of Jack and the Beanstalk? This museum has attracted so much interest that even before its opening, 85,000 people had already ordered tickets, and it's free.
We wanted to show it to the broadest possible audience. We didn't want anyone to say we can't afford it.
Elvis and his pelvis, sheep and goat clones. These are the iconic objects of our times. Together, they are helping to put LA on the art map as the City of Angels sets out to become one of the top art meccas in the country.
Very few dispute that the best creators are here,
that the forces keep coming here, that through Pacific Standard Time and other convenings, we actually do have an art scene that isn't just marking history, it is making history.
Jacko and Bubbles, remember them? Already the legendary pop star and his monkey have become the stuff of art history. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
For more information, visit thebroad.org. Well, plans to build a Korean-American National Museum is also rebuilding bridges that up until recently appeared burned. Gil Reyes has more. Gil.
That's right, Yana. This first-of-its-kind museum and housing project will be built right here on the corner of Vermont and 6th in Koreatown, something Council President Herb Wesson has been working on for the past 15 years, even during reported friction between him and members of the Korean-American community over redistricting or changes he made in this district.
I really appreciate all of the support and the love that you have shown me.
Council President Herb Wesson excited over plans to build the nation's first Korean-American National Museum in the portion of Koreatown he represents.
Let's move forward. Thank you.
The building expected to host art exhibits, movie screenings, and contain over 100 studio apartments. At this unveiling of floor plans, Wesson appears to be on good terms with LA's Korean Americans, but that was not the case 3 years ago with some of its members during redistricting of voting boundaries. People were angry when Wesson and the Redistricting Commission rejected requests to move Koreatown into one district. Instead, it was split into two. At the time, activists felt placing all of Koreatown into one district would have strengthened their chances to elect a Korean-American council member.
We're so far beyond that now. We've worked together in this community. I'm treated with a lot of love and respect. We've put in a lot of affordable housing. We've helped build a senior citizen center. We're working on a park. But this is the big enchilada.
On top of museum approval, Korean Americans got something else they've always wanted, one of their own on the LA City Council. David Ryu was elected in May to represent the second portion of Koreatown.
I think he'll be excited about this as well, but it is my district, and I take care of the people I represent.
Council President Herb Wesson hopes to begin construction at the start of 2016 with an expected completion within 2 years after that. Yana?
Gil, thanks. Well, a promising future for tomorrow starts today. Rasha Goel has more on the first look of a new center that will help families in one of LA's most challenging areas.
It's made me a little stronger. It's helped me with ideas and more. The people that I work with here, with the staff members, they've been wonderful and helpful.
Raul Rodriguez is among the many parents who are part of the Children's Institute, a group that serves children coping with poverty, violence, and trauma. And today he joins many to unveil the projected design of the future Children's Institute Incorporated to be located in Watts.
Our children and families in Watts face tremendous challenges on a daily basis. In fact, this may be the toughest place in LA to be a kid. But this is also a place of tremendous pride and resilience.
Children's Institute's work has been critical in Watts, and this new campus will enable an expansion of their services to twice as many people in Watts and throughout South Los Angeles.
Award-winning architect Frank Gehry, whose firm provided the work free of charge, is known globally for his cutting-edge designs. He created masterpieces such as the eye-catching Walt Disney Concert Hall and Guggenheim Museum Bilbao in Spain.
Our intent was to make a building that fits into the community, that's not pompous, that's not about itself.
The $35 million facility will be located near 103rd Street and Compton Avenue. Officials hope the new building will have a positive impact and help transform the community.
When it is open, the campus here will serve more than 5,000 children and family members every year.
Today's unveiling is a marker of this upward trend toward progress.
Children's Institute serves more than 24,000 children and family members every year at 35 locations. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Officials hope to break ground in 2018. While they may not be the Academy Awards, but city officials are hoping to shine the spotlight on local film productions with an honor of their own. Here's Rasha Goel.
Yana, I'm here in Hollywood, where Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell recently recognized and celebrated Emmy-nominated productions that are shot here in Hollywood. Now, in addition to the economical impact they have, well, the actors are also happy because they get to stay close to home. It was a red carpet affair at 1600 Vine in Hollywood, where Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell honored and recognized more than a dozen Emmy-nominated productions who are keeping the work here at home.
Over the next 5 years, we will get to enjoy our signature industry coming back to Los Angeles where it belongs.
O'Farrell said the city is doing what it can to stay competitive with 40 other states that offer incentives to film in their cities. Emmy-nominated shows such as Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, Silicon Valley, and Modern Family were among the 22 shows recognized for their LA productions.
Modern Family is one of the beginnings of bringing back single-camera filming to half-hour shows, and so that means we go out on location a lot. We are not confined to just stage sets. And because of that, we go out about 3 times a week, and we need the resources of the people who are here today, like the permit office that makes it very easy for us to get last-minute permits.
You do see a reflection in the kind of the caliber of the staff. And I mean, you really have great union people in Los Angeles, and you have all the things that go with being part of a cosmopolitan artistic community.
Officials say keeping productions in Hollywood not only helps the local economy, but also provides a quality of life for those working in the industry.
For 22 years, I've lived in Los Angeles. For the first 10 years of my career, I worked everywhere but Los Angeles.
I was just so grateful when I did Dr. Quinn, and I was able to live and work and raise kids and have a life whilst making a great show.
I've worked with great crews all around America and even in Europe and stuff and Canada, but there's something about an LA crew that, I mean, it just seems, it just hums, you know, it's just like natural. It's like, it's where it all started.
A winning situation for both the city and those that work in the hottest industry. In Hollywood, I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Made in Hollywood Honors is a bi-yearly event, and this is the 3rd time Councilmember O'Farrell has hosted it. While the LAPD says 1 out of every 4 child safety seats is not installed properly. That's why the city is offering free demonstrations and sometimes free safety seats for those who qualify. Gehry explains.
Yeah, they did me the same thing. Yeah.
Betsy Meagle, who's due to deliver any time now, felt it was important to have her newborn's safety seat installed by professionals. LAPD officers from the Valley Traffic Division.
Well, we took an infant care class, and they said that 95% of car seats are actually installed inappropriately, and so that's terrifying.
If it doesn't move more than an inch, it's good to go.
During Child Passenger Safety Week, officers say children should use infant safety seats until they're at least 2 years old. Infants should also be facing the rear and seated in the center if possible.
Especially for an infant child, rear facing, the center is the most safe due to the fact any kind of side impact, there's some protection there. Obviously, you take it through the belt path. You don't want it to be twisted at all.
For this 2012 Ford Fusion, you can simply pull the buckle out the other side of the safety seat and secure to the car's seatbelt latch.
All right, so always put pressure down on the seat as if the baby was actually in it. And as I said, you test by pulling along the belt path, this thing is not moving at all.
Got it.
The city provides free car seats to the community for people who can't afford them. They're very expensive. Sometimes they can run up to $350 a car seat, depending on how many car seats you need. Contact our office, contact the housing department. They provide car seats for free.
Definitely go to an event like this, because we actually had followed the instructions to a T and had also done it wrong.
Now, it is important to remember that installing one of these car seats correctly will largely depend on the make, model, and year of your vehicle. To get specific instructions tailored for your vehicle, you can visit any of the 5 LAPD traffic divisions by appointment only. In Panorama City, Gehry for LA This Week.
To book your appointment for a custom car seat installation and demonstration, call the number on your screen at 818-644-8143. Law enforcement and the communities of color they police are a hot-button topic, and that was the subject that took center stage at the Days of Dialogue event, which tries to forge common ground on divisive community issues. Anna Marcos has more.
It's become a common occurrence across the country, people raising their voices against alleged police brutality. In this case, the killing of 25-year-old Ezell Ford, a mentally disabled man in South LA last year. Community members stormed a police commission meeting in protest.
I've been saddened to see that so many young people feel like their lives don't matter, that they operate in fear, and that they're not sure how long they're going to be here.
Having dialogue, having conversations, you'll break down some of that misunderstanding.
And now, on the one-year anniversary of the Ezell Ford shooting and the 50-year anniversary of the Watts riots, people are raising their voices in a different way at this Days of Dialogue event with police officers in South LA. The topic, the future of policing.
We're calling out all our community members who are fed up, who really want something done. Get up, join us and do something with us. Us together as a force can be heard, not just one voice. We need a lot of voices.
Many young people came to help lead the charge.
I'm interested in hearing from them. I think that the issues that they're dealing with are much different from the ones I dealt with as a young person coming up.
Days of Dialogue events like this were held throughout LA in August. The events, hosted by the Institute of Nonviolence and other community groups, encourage dialogue and understanding on controversial issues that divide the community. Previous years have focused on the Trayvon Martin case and the discrimination of Muslims in the wake of 9/11.
I feel that as brown people, we get discriminated against as well.
But in spite of the divisive issues facing us, peace for many here begins like this, with people from different sides sitting at the same table and talking. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Well, the challenge has been issued. A foot race to benefit families of fallen police officers and firefighters is set to take place this winter. As Gehry reports, city officials have time to train before lacing up their sneakers on race day.
LAPD Chief Charlie Beck and LA City Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas. They're friendly rivals on the basketball court and possibly soon on a half-mile marathon course as well.
I'm going to start with alongside Chief Beck. I hope to finish with Chief Beck. I know I'll make it.
Some good-natured trash talking at the Grove Shopping Center to announce LA's upcoming and first ever Run to Remember race, a fundraiser with roots in Boston, Massachusetts, to benefit families of fallen first responders.
This race will be much more than a fundraiser. It will be a memorial, a way of stating who we are and what we believe in.
A city that supports its police, fire, and other public safety agencies, as well as their families, says Mayor Eric Garcetti. Proceeds will benefit charities of fallen heroes like the LAFD Foundation and the LAPD's Operation Progress LA. City council members say there will be 2 courses to choose from, a 5-miler and a half marathon. The half marathon will start and end at the Grove, winding through Hollywood and the Paramount Studios backlot.
I'm actually pledging to run the 5-mile race with members of my staff.
I can't promise I'll finish, but I promise that I will start. I can make it from here to there.
Police Chief Beck, who at age 62 is the oldest public safety chief in LA County, says he's up to the challenge of the 5-miler. But what about the 13-mile half marathon?
I got to check the knee swelling and the back status, but if I can do the whole half, I will.
And if you're thinking about running, you still have 4 months to train. Race day is set for Sunday, January 24th. At the Grove, Gehry for LA This Week.
And anyone can take part. Register to race at runtorememberla.org. While the Broad Museum celebrates its grand opening, city parking spots turn into local hangouts, and some teenage visionaries help create the perfect LA neighborhood. All these stories in City Beat.
2 days following a media preview, 2 88-foot-long red ribbons were released as part of a civic dedication ceremony to officially introduce the Broad Museum to the public. The 140,000 square foot museum features 50,000 square feet of galleries filled with the Broad's art collection. Museum admission is free to the public.
Breathe it in and savor it. Feel it, experience it.
This museum behind me, this museum that is a gift from Eli Nide to all of us, is going to continue to unite us together through art.
Mayor Eric Garcetti and Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell visited a temporary parklet on Hollywood Boulevard and Vine in honor of the mayor's Great Streets Initiative and Parking Day, a global movement that encourages communities to transform metered parking spaces to temporary public parks.
Just have a place to kick back, play a little bit of chess, relax, enjoy the day.
Folks celebrated the event at multiple locations throughout the city, from Mid-City LA to Westwood, each with different themes and activities. Organizers say parklets draw attention to the potential for small urban spaces that provide an opportunity for folks to enjoy the outdoors in the city.
I love the idea. I love the idea of claiming public spaces for the public. I love the idea of making it fun and interactive. I just played chess out on the corner, on the sidewalk here, in this little parklet. So I think it's a really good idea, and we need to see more of them in the city.
Just to celebrate the idea of bringing our streets back to life and activating our streets for pedestrians.
These handmade models of communities were created recently by teenagers from City Life Kids, a program for teenagers that uses the arts to look at culture, history, and politics in LA. The kids designed these models as part of a workshop called Planning a Neighborhood, where they incorporated their ideas of what they think LA neighborhoods should look like. The group focuses on urban issues and tries to find creative solutions while building the teenagers' confidence and self-esteem.
I want to bring them to the forefront, bring them to the table, and pull their ideas out of them. And in the course of doing that, helping them to see that they do have ideas, that they can have ideas, that they can implement their ideas on small and larger scales.
Well, the cat's out of the bag as a number of fundraising secrets are revealed at a forum for up-and-coming nonprofit groups. Gehry has more.
We all benefit, from learning new ideas and meeting new people.
Missy Woodward is development director of the nonprofit group Stray Cat Alliance, which rescues feral felines and has spayed and neutered some 16,000 cats just in the past few years. Despite their fundraising success, Woodward comes here today looking for an edge.
He made so many great connections. It's wonderful.
Making connections and partnering with other nonprofits. It's one of the tips for winning those all-important grants revealed at the seminar near USC. This forum for fundraising success, hosted by the Office of South LA Councilman Curren.
Really important that grantors want to see you working with other organizations to serve communities. So we may serve cats, but what if somebody else serves veterans? And we work together. There's veterans out there that live there that have animals in need.
Other tips include looking outside traditional banks and universities for funding. For animal advocacy and similar nonprofits, many times individual business people are where the money's at. You can offer them seats on your executive board as incentive. Also very important, think critically about your group's missions and goals before you pitch.
It's really important to know, not just in that immediate moment, but down in the long term, what impact we as a nonprofit sector are having in our communities.
So the thing is, we all work together to solve social issues,
while getting creative and thinking outside the litter box. Near USC, Gehry for LA This Week.
Grant seekers are also reminded to research funding sources before submitting proposals. Union Bank, for example, is known for awarding grants to affordable housing and education projects, while other groups like the Parsons Foundation leans towards healthcare. Well, the opening of the Broad Museum is heating up the LA art scene and social media. Here's This Week in Tweets. Francis Unson posted a stunning shot of the Broad with the downtown skyline in the background, writing, "The Broad, a first look at LA's newest art museum." Danielle Brazel applauded an article by the LA Times called "Art Feeds Young Minds," featuring a photo of a woman holding the hand of a young girl. She wrote, "Well said, Jacqueline Kerr." Hannah posted, "Perfect ideal date, the Broad Museum in LA." And Forbes Life posted a pic of a giant blue poodle made up of balloons, writing 5 reasons why Los Angeles' Broad Museum is America's newest art hotspot. And the Broad posted this stunning pic inside the museum, encouraging folks to reserve their tickets. And that's a look at This Week in Tweets. Well, a musical ensemble with a lot of Latin flair, opera legends take to the stage for an unforgettable season opener, and it's Oktoberfest with a twist. All this in this week's Things to Do.
Enjoy free music from Peru with a concert from Inca that's perfect for the entire family, where children can actually participate. Inca, the Peruvian ensemble, was founded in 1981 in Los Angeles for the purpose of researching, preserving, and presenting Peru's rich multicultural heritage of ethnic and folkloric music, songs, dance, and traditions. This concert is sponsored in part with grants from the Department of Cultural Affairs. Check it out on Saturday, October 3rd from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. at the Sherman Oaks Branch Public Library located at 14245 Moore Park in Sherman Oaks. Two legendary directors combine forces for a sensational LA Opera season opener. First, Placido Domingo stars in Gianni Schicchi, Woody Allen's Righteous staging of Puccini's comic masterpiece, conducted by Grant Gershon. When greedy relatives descend upon their kinsman's deathbed, they enlist Gianni Schicchi to rewrite the will to their benefit. After the intermission, Placido Domingo conducts the conclusion of the double bill, Franco. Filling the stage with hair-raising drama, the action plays out in a breathtaking contemporary urban landscape. The performance begins at 7 p.m. on Saturday, October 3rd at Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, located at 135 North Grand Avenue. Visit laopera.com for more. Vegan Oktoberfest is a traditional Oktoberfest celebration featuring great vegan food and beer. Join the fun in downtown LA on October 3rd and 4th for unlimited pours of more than 50 different beers and more than 30 different food vendors. Not only will Vegan Oktoberfest feature sign holding contests, costume contests, and chicken dancing contests, but guests will enjoy Oompa and dance music from some of the best performers in Southern California. The festival takes place October 3rd and 4th at LA Center Studios, located at 450 South Bixel Street. For more, visit veganoktoberfest.com. And that's a look at some things to do.
That's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitybeview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.